Hi, my love. Welcome to Galley Gourmet. Today is a special day. It's our anniversary. It's been 1 year since I started Galley Gourmet. So tonight is going to be a really special night with everybody. But first, I want to celebrate with you. We're going to have some champagne to celebrate. And as I open this up, I want to give a great big thanks to my film crew. They make everything possible. The guy that you every once in a while see get in my way, Matt. And while that's going, we're going to check on the potatoes.
Go for it.
Oh, I took the potatoes out.
Potatoes are going. Yeah.
He does a brilliant job in editing and making me look good. Thank you, Jesus. I want to thank you to my managers and production team for everything that they do. Jarrod and his wife Sorboni are absolutely amazing. And Sam, my love. Oh my goodness. She does, oh, that was a perfect pour. She does all my social media.
And with that, the 2024 season comes to an end.
I think she does such a great job. And when you start seeing this and I talk about Sam or you start seeing something, give Sam a shout out. I think she does a brilliant job with the music and different things. And we can't forget about Heather. Oh, we know Heather, and I cannot live without Heather. I think everyone should be able to have a Heather.
I had a request for a cocktail for Halloween.
You couldn't get arrested for DUI with this. Wow.
It's the Heather camp now.
And then along with that, last but definitely not least, my husband of 23 years. He is just amazing.
I heard somebody's having an anniversary.
Oh my goodness. Aw, thank you, love.
I would hand it to you, but I don't want you to wear them.
For your ears burning, I was just talking about you.
I was trying to carry that in.
They're beautiful.
My word.
I just poured some champagne. Would you like some for celebrating the anniversary?
Why not? So, we've got a full year under our belt.
Well, just as I was saying, if it wasn't for this guy, none of this would be possible. It's been 5 years since we've been on this boat, honey, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, you know, as we would say, we're on payment number 60, so it's working out very well. Happy that we're still here and having a ball. Surprise! Happy anniversary.
Thank you, my love.
And to you, thank you for making all of this possible. We appreciate your watching, your subscriptions, your humor, your tolerance. It's all been beautiful. Thank you so much.
Tonight, I was thinking for an anniversary dinner. I have mom and dad coming over, and you have our friend Cindy coming over. So I thought I would do something fun that was a little bit of you, a little bit of me, just to celebrate this. So I'm thinking about doing beef Wellington.
Ooh, okay.
With a veal reduction sauce and simply garlic mashed potatoes.
We'll suffer that gladly.
Okay.
Okay.
So let me jump into the galley.
Here's time in the galley.
And let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back to the galley. Here we go. Told you the menu: beef Wellington, creamy garlic mashed potatoes. Haven't quite finished the champagne yet, so I brought it along with me to share with you guys. So we're gonna get started on the beef side. Let me take a sip and we'll get going. All right, so right here, I have a couple pieces of beef. I've already seared off a couple just to get started here. But I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna turn my stove up here. And we are just going to do some salt on this side and some pepper. Gonna season the beef. And what we're gonna do is we wanna sear the meat on both sides and around the corner just to seal everything in, keep the juices in, and then you have a nice crust on the outside of this. We're gonna add some olive oil here, and down they go. We're gonna have sizzle and we're gonna have smoke. Now while we do this, I'm gonna start working on the duxelle, which is pureed mushrooms, shallots, some seasonings that I'm gonna add to this. I've got my handy dandy little food processor, which is gonna do most of the work for me. I've already rinsed and patted dry the mushrooms. I've got two different types of mushrooms here. I've got shiitakes, and then I have some baby portobellos, which I want to give a little help. So I'm just going to take these, and these are a little bit on the larger side, so I'm going to quarter them and then drop them in. Some of the smaller ones I'll just cut in half. And yes, this is okay to use your stems. You don't have to take the stems off. Check the beef. Ha ha ha. All right, I'm gonna add some olive oil to this just to help kind of get this going. And I'm gonna take a second to check the beef and bring it on its side. Again, we wanna sear all sides of the beef. It helps trap everything in. All right, that's a good start. Now to this, what I want to do is add some shallots and go ahead and bring that together. All right, we got some shallots here, so I'm just going to cut the ends off. We're going to cut them in half. I'm going to take the outer skin off, and we don't have to do this perfectly because they're going right into the food processor. This handy dandy little guy is going to do all the work for us. And I can usually use all the help I can get. So just to help the food processor, I'm just going to kind of roughly chop these, throw them in. And now we're going to check the beef. Beef is done. We're going to set it off to the side and let them cool down for a bit. And I'm going to work on the last shallot. Alrighty. We're going to slap the lid on and let it go. Ha 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 ha, look at this. That's usually when I say, Matt, come here and look. You know, we need to get Matt to get on cue when I say, look at something. That means get your butt over here and film it. Come on. All right, this looks perfect. Just like little breadcrumbs, right? Looks like little breadcrumbs. We're gonna add some olive oil, and then we're just gonna put our mushroom mixture right in here. Gonna let that get started. Now with this, you want to season as you go. So again, a little salt. Okay, I have a hard time with this because now every time I say a little salt and a little pepper, my husband makes fun of me. We're gonna add some pepper, some salt, and black pepper. Salt, and some pepper. Salt, black pepper, some salt, a little extra salt. We like salt. So now every time I'm in the galley cooking or doing any type of thing, he goes, a little salt, a little pepper. And then he always goes, did you make sure you added a little salt, a little pepper? Dip it in some salt. I'm trying to come up with a new term of a little salt, a little pepper. I haven't gotten there yet, but we're gonna add a little salt and a little pepper. Wait, somebody did S&P before. Can I just use S&P instead of salt and pepper? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Come up with some ideas for me. Help me out. Actually, a little more pepper. All right, so we have the beef cooling down a little bit. We've got the mushrooms going. Now what I want to do is start on the potatoes. So I've got my pan ready to go. I've already got some potatoes going. I have one last potato that I want to peel. So we're going to peel this guy. Most of you may like me, hate peeling potatoes, if you have a gadget like this instead of the old-fashioned ones, this actually makes it a lot easier. And if you start on the top and peel, and you go on this side and peel, and then you're able just to do long strokes. And it makes it so much easier and fast. But of course, we're using russet potatoes, so sometimes, well, majority of the time, they're not even potatoes, let's be honest. So there's really not an easy method, but peel your potatoes. We don't want any brown spots. And most of you probably know this, but on your peelers, there's a little edge. And if you have a dark spot, it just pops it right out. Here's the thing with potatoes. Typically you want to like dice these up, and they cook quicker, but potatoes will soak up the liquid and then they become watery, so you don't have that fluffiness. So actually you're going to want bigger chunks. So this is where I go with it. Into the pot they go. So again, we're keeping these on the larger side. So with these sizes, I'm doing quarters. And then what we're going to do is fill this up with cold water just to the top. I'm going to let these soak. Now you can see, even though that these were cleaned and stuff, after topping, there's still, the water's a little murky and there's little bits. So we're just going to let these soak for a second and clean them up even a little bit better, which then gives me time to check on the mushrooms. This is all looking phenomenal. Give me a second, let me clean up here, and then we'll continue on. Okay, so now we have our potatoes. They've been kind of soaking in here. What I want to do is drain these out, and then for flavor, instead of using water, I'm going to use chicken stock. And all you have to do is pour the chicken stock in here. All you need to do is just get right on top of the potatoes. Now, this is probably not going to be enough, which is okay. It gives me all the flavors, and then I'll just add water to this. No need to open up another container just to use 2/3 of the container. So, thank you for coming. We're gonna add just a little bit of water to this, cold water. Now, also to this, for even more flavor, we're gonna add garlic right into the pot. No need to cut, no need to do anything, just throw the whole cloves in. So I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, a couple small ones, let's go more, all right into the pot. And we're gonna season this with some salt. Salt, 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 salt. And now we're gonna let those go. Now, onto the fun part. Let's turn the mushrooms off, take them off the heat. I'm gonna give it a quick stir. And now it's time to assemble the Wellington. Here we go. Let me grab the puff pastry. All right, so I have store-bought puff pastry. You know, nowadays, you've always heard me talk about cheatables. I love cheatables. And honestly, there's no reason to, well, first of all, I'm not a baker. I don't like to measure. So that's why it's so difficult for me to write recipes, because I just go a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Anyway, with baking, you have to measure. You have to have precise ingredients and know exactly what you're doing. It's a science. So I like it that there are things out there that I call cheatables that I don't have to worry about it. And it's just as good as if someone was here to make it their own, right? So here we go. We've got our sheet. Always make sure you take the paper off. I did lay some flour down, as you saw. So I just want to get this kind of nicely coated with some flour. And what's nice with this sheet, it's already got the little lines for me to use. So I'm just going to use those lines, and I'm going to cut these into 4s. And then I'm going to take one, just kind of manipulate it, just kind of tug on it, stretch it out. You don't want to break it, so be nice to it. Just a little. That's about what we're looking for. Now, again, it depends on the size of your meat. I don't know how I'm able to work with these people. It's been a year, and I don't know, maybe I'm happy with them. I don't know. You know, they make me laugh. I think I make them laugh. Okay, bottom line is we're a good match. All right, so now to this, what I want to be able to do is, here's something a little different. I have a whipped cheese, and this is black pepper whipped cheese. This just kind of gives it a little creaminess. Now this is almost like a dip that you would serve on a charcuterie board, but I just put about a tablespoon and a half and just kind of spread it in the center of the pastry. Got the second one, so we're gonna do a little and spread that around. All right, so now to this, after that, we're gonna add the duxelle, and we're just gonna put that dead center and give it just a little smush. Maybe a little bit more right there, little smush. Smush, smush, pat, pat. And we're gonna do this one. Little smush, little smush, little smush, pat, 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 smush, smush. Yes, and these are chef technical terms. Smush, smush, pat, pat. And then my beef. So now how we're gonna dress our beef. Dijon mustard. And we are going to coat our filet with mustard. So this is how I do it. I do one side and I take it and I put it right on there. And then I grab some more Dijon and I rub it all around the sides. And I know you guys are thinking you're double dipping in, but there's not much left in here. It's all gonna be gone, so I'm okay with double dipping into the Dijon. If it was a full thing, it'd be in a little container and I would use it from there. Okay, now what I wanna do is we're gonna fold these. All right, there's that. Now we're gonna finish rolling this up, and this is how we're just doing it as I was working. You're just tucking it in, tuck it in. Night, night, see you in a little bit. Whoop. Roll it over, kind of just pat it around a little bit, just get all the ingredients to know each other. Set it down on a grease tray. Here's the first set, and now what I want to do is just open this up a little bit just for it to breathe. You can do any type of design you want. All right, before these go into the oven, we want to do a little egg wash on here. So I've got 2 eggs, and I'm just gonna whip these up, and then we're just gonna brush the tops of these. And then these are gonna go into a 400-degree oven for about 25, maybe 30 minutes. It all depends on the size of your fillets. But it does take some time off, and that's what's nice about searing these steaks. It does take a little bit of time from the cooking time. And with that, I'm gonna be able to have a better idea, because we're going back to my handy dandy little thermometer that I absolutely love. So I'm gonna find the thicker one, which I'm gonna use this one over here. And I'm gonna try to find the middle and stick it in. There we go. Grab my cell phone and go to the app, meter. So we're doing beef. So I wanna cook beef. We're gonna do filet mignon. We're going into the oven. We're gonna up that temp just a bit. And we're gonna hit start cooking. And in the oven we go. See you in a little bit, my loves. Okay, now for the potatoes. So I've got some melted butter going on. To 2 sticks butter, I have 2 cups of heavy cream. Don't cheat on this. You gotta use the heavy cream, it's so good. And then, just to bring on some more of the garlic flavor, I'm gonna add some more garlic to this. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, sounds good. going in. Give this just a quick stir. And for reference, check on this, I have some veal stock that's been reducing over here. So I'm gonna do a veal reduction that's gonna go on the bottom of the plate, and we're gonna stack everything on top of it. It's really good. So this is something I just found online. I didn't make it, trust me, I did not. But it's just here, and I'm just letting that reduce. We're gonna give this one a little bit of stir and let that heat up. I'm going to drain my potatoes, and then we're gonna put them right back into the pot. And then just give this a little second to all the flavors blend in. All right, what I wanna do is, this is still kind of heating up, but I'm just gonna sit here and just kind of get this a little bit started, just to kind of break it up. And then what I'm gonna do, there we go, we got a good start on that. We're gonna add salt and pepper to this. And I'm not doing cracked pepper, I'm gonna do fine pepper, because fine pepper will end up melting in this a little bit better. And you're gonna use a little bit more fine pepper than you would cracked pepper. Why? Because cracked pepper has more flavor because it's bigger, fine pepper smaller, and it may seem like a lot, but you're gonna want it. Now what I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna pour this whole thing in there, because if I pour this whole thing in there, it might become soupy. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna use, because it's always different, but it's a pretty good idea what we're gonna do. So I'm actually gonna just do a third of this. So you just keep adding little by little and see what the consistency is on this. Because again, you do not want this too wet, but you want a nice creaminess. And notice I did not take the garlic out, because the garlic was cooked with the potatoes and in here, so they're mashing up right with the potatoes. I have a feeling I'm gonna use this whole thing, but again, we're just gonna add a little bit more. And we mash. We do the monster mash. We do the mash. We do the monster mash. You know what? Just a little bit more. Let's see where we're at with that. But you can see where I'm just doing littles. That way I'm not overdoing it. I can always add, I cannot subtract. And just a hair bit more. So I'm not gonna use all this, but that's about it. And now check this out. Come on. Look at that. Perfect fluffy. It's hot. Okay, forget about everything else. I just want a big ass plate of these. Oh, and the seasoning's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, we're gonna have these set, and then we'll pull out the, we've got, according to my meter, we have about 10 more minutes, and then we're ready to go. All right, just pull these out. They look delicious. Because some of these get really big, I like to cut them in half and then serve them up like this. And look what you get. Just perfect. So now what I want to do is I'm going to take some of this veal sauce. I'm going to put it right on the bottom here. I'm going to take this beautiful Wellington, set it right inside there, just like that. And then I have my mashed potatoes. I'm gonna put it right here, just like that. Let's just do a little bit more. Put a little bitty well right there. Now we're gonna add a little bit of butter right on top of that. And there you have it. the perfect beef Wellington, and the yummy, creamy, garlicky mashed potatoes. Cheers and happy anniversary. Now I'm going to plate the rest of these and feed my friends and family. Hi guys.
Hi, guy.
Happy anniversary! Or for me and Lance.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Anyway,
it's 1 year.
I don't know if you can tell, but I made beef Wellington and garlic mashed potatoes for dinner to celebrate our anniversary. Lance, you have a nice
the
bottle of
show.
wine? That's a show.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
I know I keep saying anniversary.
it is
But
the,
it's
it's
the
the first
anniversary of the show.
You bet.
Right on.
So I thought I would bring out a gift that we got for Christmas from some wonderful friends, Yas and Judy. It's beautiful Camus wine that they had brought in. So if y'all are willing to suffer this gladly, I will pour it accordingly so we can all enjoy.
If I must suffer.
It's good to have friends like that.
So before we have dinner, I just want to give a little toast and say thank you for all the support. All the support to my subscribers, everyone that watches my show, for you, family,
here.
friends that are here to enjoy
Cindy.
this.
Thank you all for all the great meals.
You're welcome. Salute.
Entertainment.
Absolutely.